I think if the Celtics don't make that trade, I think they're going to be really good. Like, I honestly do. I think that because when you look at, I think the Celtics are going to probably come out number one in the East. I do, my opinion, because I think that last year the problem was early on they didn't know their roles, right? So, you know what I mean? I looked at it, it looked like an AAU team. Everybody was trying to go one-on-one, do their thing. And then towards the end, like Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown were playing well together. You know what I mean? You had an injured squad, right? You had an injured squad in the playoffs. And then I think that now everyone has that experience. They're getting older. I like the additions that they have. And we're talking about a young team. I mean, I know Milwaukee is good, but the Celtics are younger than Milwaukee. They're young. They're a young squad. I think that the Celtics are going to go to the finals. I mean, I don't know if they'll come out and win it, but I have them penciled in as the finalists. I mean, Ime Udoka, when you look at it, it's funny. He never really got a lot of credit, right? He was like the brother on the Spurs team, on the squad. Everywhere he left, they became scrubs. Like, they just struggled, right? So he goes to the 76ers. You know what I mean? He didn't get credit. Then he goes to Brooklyn. And then after he leaves Brooklyn, they basically fall apart. You know what I mean? I think that this guy is a very underrated coach. Not only that, he got these guys to buy in and play together. And I honestly believe, I understand that it's all about the big names, but I believe if they go out there and they get Kevin Durant, they're going to take a step backwards. That's just because I feel like right now this is Jason Tatum's team and everybody else falls in line and fits in well. And I think that if the Boston Celtics make that trade, they're going to take a step backward. And right now, I think they're the best team in the East.
In Massachusetts, most of the social media tweets are mostly negative about Kevin Durant coming to Boston, which, again, when you talk about a future Hall of Famer who can damn near in his sleep get you 25, 6, and 6, for you not wanting him to be on your team, I think it says more about just what Keith's talking about, the potential domino effect that having a Kevin Durant can have on your roster, more than it says anything about how they feel about Jaylen Brown. Because as we all know, it's been a love-hate relationship with Jaylen no matter what he's done. When he's been balling out, he's all right. And when he hasn't been balling out, he's the worst thing that ever laced up. It's just been that way for him, even though when you look at his body of work, clearly the dude can ball out. But Kevin Durant, there's not much love for KD around these parts.
But let's be real. If KD were to get traded hypothetically to Boston and had a phenomenal season here, people would switch up the language really quickly. I feel as though not just Celtics fans in general, they love to hate the opposing villains. But then when they're on their team and they realize that they're productive, that's when the tables turn. But obviously we won't know if KD is up here. I don't know why people hate KD so much.
Well,
I think... Go ahead, Keith. You got it.
Here's my thing with that. I mean, don't get me wrong. KD is one of the best players, right? But we're talking about who's going to be the man. And then who are you giving up? Like, the thing that separates the Celtics from most teams is the depth. The Celtics are deep. And they all have, like, key roles. And, like, I just think, like, Brooklyn they're not just trying to do a trade them for one player and a bench dude and some this and that. They want to, like, make their team better. And I think that, yes, he is a Hall of Famer, an MVP, a 2-time finals MVP, but at what cost are you going to get this guy? And then you may probably make Jason feel like, hey, I was the man last year. How come y'all ain't running plays for me now?